My girlfriend ditched our future plans for my best friend, so I landed the gig they'll have to see. Last February, my girlfriend of 4 years started staying late at my best friend's apartment 3 nights a week. She said they were working on his SoundCloud. She'd text me at midnight, say she was almost done, then walk in at 3 a.m. smelling like his cologne and cigarettes. I was pulling 60-hour weeks at a distribution warehouse, saving money for an engagement ring. I had $6,300 hidden in an account she didn't know about. I kept telling myself the late nights meant nothing. Then one Thursday in March, she didn't come home at all. I called, no answer. I texted him, nothing. I sat at our kitchen table in my work uniform, staring at a bowl of cereal that went soggy while the sun came up. She showed up Friday afternoon, dropped her bag, and said, "We need to talk." She wouldn't look at me. She said she wanted to try being open, and that she'd been seeing my best friend for 6 weeks. She said I either accept it or she's leaving. I asked if she was serious. She said he understands her creative side, and I don't, that I work too much, that I don't support her music dream. I told her I work so we can build a future. She laughed and said that's the problem. I said, pick, me or him. She didn't even pause. Him. My stomach dropped. That night she slept on the couch, texting like nothing happened. The next day my best friend showed up with boxes like it was move-out day at a dorm. He barely looked at me. By Sunday they were hauling stuff out. She took my PS5, my gaming chair, my AirPods, and the hoodie my mom bought me. Then she clipped my dog's leash and said, "He's more attached to me." I'd had that dog for 3 years before I met her. I stood there, numb, while my dog wagged like he was going on an adventure. After that, she blocked me everywhere. Then I started getting weird messages from friends. She says you were controlling. She says you wouldn't do therapy. Therapy was never even brought up. But once people hear a story like that, they stop asking questions. 2 weeks later, my former best friend posted them at Coachella. She was wearing the vintage band tee I bought her for Christmas. They both had VIP lanyards and drinks, smiling like they'd won. I did the math, and it was around $1,800 with flights and everything. That number hit me because it was the same amount I'd saved for her 25th birthday trip to Spain, the trip she said we couldn't afford. After that photo, I crashed. I stopped going to work. My manager called over and over, and I just stared at the screen. I stayed on the couch for 11 days, eating frozen pizza and watching her stories from a fake account, like I was punishing myself. On day 12, my mom showed up in the middle of the afternoon. She took one look at me, grabbed my arm, and said, "Shower." She stuffed a duffel bag, threw me in her car, and drove me to her house. For weeks, she kept me moving. Breakfast, walks, small chores, anything so I couldn't just sit there and spiral. One night I was digging through boxes in her garage and found my old camera case. Before the warehouse, I spent 3 years as a touring photographer and videographer for mid-level EDM artists. Festivals, backstage clips, fast edits, reels posted the same night. I loved it. I gave it up because my ex wanted stability and wanted me home more. Standing in that garage, holding my camera again, I remembered who I was before all of this, and I remembered something else. My ex and my former best friend are obsessed with one DJ. My ex has a huge tattoo of him, owns the merch, and plays his sets non-stop. I've sat through so many dinners with that music blasting that I could tell you half the track list by heart. So I charged my old laptop, and it took me 2 days to find my hard drive and rebuild a reel that didn't look like it was stuck in 2019. I stayed up late fixing audio, trimming clips, and exporting versions. Then I opened my contacts and found my old tour manager. He'd moved into artist management at a big booking agency. I messaged him, and he replied fast. "Coffee tomorrow?" We met downtown. I showed him my portfolio. He scrolled, nodded, and said, "You're still good." A couple weeks later, I'm on a video call with that DJ's content director and social media manager. They needed someone who can shoot, edit, and post on the road. Someone who can handle 14-hour days and tight deadlines. They asked what I'd do when a crowd is wild, when lighting is bad, when the artist changes plans last second. I said I'd keep the camera up and keep delivering, because that's what the job is. Yesterday morning, I signed a 6-month contract for $4,500 a month, plus flights, hotels, and per diem. Then the content director shared the tour schedule and said, "First show is October 12th. I saw the city name and my heart thumped. It's their city, 2 miles from their apartment. My photo credit will be on every post for an account with over 2 million followers. Now people are calling me petty for taking the tour job. Was I wrong?